Right, since June 1st, there have been 18 weekends, and of those, we've had rain here in Connecticut on 13 of them. And we're going to transition to unsettled, setting the stage for yet another wet weekend here in Connecticut as we head forward in time. High pressure that's been in control, bringing us our recent stretch of dry, bright, and warm weather is already moving offshore. On the backside of that, and an onshore flow is developing. It's going to allow a couple things to happen. A cold front from the west to approach. At the same time, it will allow a Philippe to head up in our general direction. At least moisture associated with that gets drawn into this cold front, enhancing the potential for more rain here locally. But in the meantime, it is fog that we're first alerting you for the Friday morning commute. Decent visibility, no problems here in Waterbury right now, where we're at 61 degrees. But conversely, in southeast Connecticut, you can see the visibility dropping a bit with our ICAM view in New London. We're at 63. Visibility Groton at around 5 miles, 9 miles, Hartford 8, and Waterbury. But these numbers will be coming down in a pretty dramatic fashion. We could see down to 1/4 of a mile in many locations in time for the Friday morning commute. Of course, Mike is in for Scott, and he'll have the very latest on that for the morning commute. Meanwhile, temperatures right now upper 50s and low 60s, and these numbers are not going to be moving much at all through the overnight time frame. So we do have rain off to our west in association with that approaching cold front, reaching Buffalo, moving through Cleveland, heading toward Pittsburgh right now. Again, we're also tracking Tropical Storm Philippe. Winds are holding at 50 miles an hour. It is less than 300 miles to the south-southwest of Bermuda. It is heading in the direction of that island, passing just to the west, so bringing wind and rain to Bermuda throughout the day tomorrow, and then eventually heading up toward Maine. This is the 11 o'clock update, and that's by Saturday night into early Sunday morning. The storm center as a post-tropical storm off to our east, but again close enough that some of that moisture gets drawn here across Connecticut. So here's a check out first alert futurecast showing the approaching front. Tomorrow's going to be a cloudy day with some areas of drizzle and some spotty showers. The rain begins to ramp up tomorrow night into Saturday, and again watching closely how these two systems interact. On the excessive rain outlook, if you've been monitoring over the past couple of days, this shade of yellow, the level 2, has been extended farther south and as well farther to the west. So basically 91 westward through the lower Hudson Valley of New York, and then of course points north. And that really jives with our latest model trends here. The GFS, the American model, has been showing less compared to the amount of rain from the output here of the European model. But the notable shift here is the westward shift in that axis of some of the heaviest rain that we're expecting. So overnight tonight, again, not much of a temperature change from where we currently are with fog developing statewide. Tomorrow, you'll see those splotchy areas of green across Connecticut, indicating an ongoing chance for some showers. Certainly a damp into the week with high temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. So certainly cooler than today, but we're also looking at temperatures still running a little bit above average. That changes big time over the upcoming weekend. So for the Harwington Fair, for the Portland Fair that kicks off tomorrow, and as well for Friday night football, our game of the week, South Windsor at Farmington, expect temps in the 60s, but it is going to be damp with those scattered showers, so you certainly want a poncho or perhaps an umbrella. For Sunday, maybe an isolated shower, otherwise sun and clouds, upper 50s, winds gusting to around 30 miles an hour, so a little blustery. Overnight lows going to the 40s. Columbus Day Monday, upper 50s to near 60, and then once we get past the holiday weekend, warming back into the mid-60s Wednesday, closer to 70, but especially inland by next Thursday.
Okay, Mark, thank you. Still ahead.